Nice.
Alright, so we've got a few hours before we reach our point. Maybe we should run through the details one last time so everybody knows what we're doing.
So I picked a place in the rail lines. I'll like pull out. I'll just not even really asking permission. I'll just like pluck Prava's comm unit and use it for my demonstration while I'm like leaning over the seat. It's just like I'll lean over, just pluck out of his hand and like hit a few buttons and like I picked a destination for the for our setup here. And I have it indicated there. And it's like I've set up a nifty trick that should give us the ability to take the train out of its tracks. And if I calculate it correctly, it should land and like doing the finger, like zooming in around this area. If we're lucky, and my understanding of physics proves true, we should be able to wedge it between some of these stones. But one way or another, we're gonna mobilize this train. Backup plan is we should park the vehicle somewhere nearby in case they, you always have to account for failure. Plan B, we all pile into the truck and chase this thing down. Plan A, I derail it. They'll give us some more time.
By the way, as Kuzon's talking, we jump over a particularly nasty dune and the entire car shakes a little bit and Aiden says, Kuzon, you sure you should be leaning over that like that? It's dangerous. Why don't you sit in Prava's lap or something?
He's perched in my hands. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just like ballerina style. We're just holding me over these guys.
Like I have him by his like the collar of his coat, and he's hanging there, giving you guys the plan.
All right then. Well,
Thiveron's absolutely sure that he warned Kuzon about the future where he leans over too far. In fact.
And you just remember, oh no.
Well, way I see is it, plan A, plan B, it involves the car one way or another. So, I guess I'm gonna stick with the right. I'm gonna drop you guys off somewhere nearby, and I'm gonna take the car a little ways off, and I'm gonna wait with my sniper rifle in the ready. I'll provide some cover from a distance. Once you need me, I'm gonna slam on the gas and be there in a jiffy. How's that sound?
Do you have a comm unit?
Yep.
I think we all bought one.
Yep.
You all got mobile phones.
I got 3.
Of course, they're full of like trash social media.
Oh no!
apps,
As soon as I bought it in the city, I didn't turn it on.
Well, I guess Kuzon's is built into his.
Yeah, you just wiped it and installed it. That's.
Yeah, no, Aiden knows better than to turn on that shit in the city. Fuck no, he turned it on as soon as they left.
Yeah, put it on airplane mode.
Exactly.
and then while we're going, so it's like another thing that I've done is with the assistance of my friends here, I've started a strong rumor in the undernet that sometime around today there should be some action in this area. Best case scenario, we get some capable scrappers that are willing to lend distraction. Worst case scenario, I'm hoping that anybody who tries to look up the inciting, look up this information or figure out why we ambushed them, it'll muddy the trail and make it more difficult for them to place it onto our shoulders.
Well, let's hope that works in our favor. I have my doubts, but every little bit helps.
And and then otherwise, and then once we get what we came for, we'll try to breach. I just like flash a couple of frag grenades in my energy drill, just like kind of like whip them out. I'll try to breach one of the doors, and if we can get in and get what we're looking for, I have something for the engine of this truck here. Hopefully it can handle it. It is an old junker. And we'll speed away.
Alright, so it's going to take you a few hours to arrive at your destination. And when you do, this is a scene you see before you. Crags lifting high up into the sky, the trench on the sides of you as you drive your vehicle up towards the train line. You have about a day to prepare your plan.
Okay.
And I suspect, Kuzon, you're going to be setting up for Starship Metal Deviant Track.
Yeah, so I'm. I imagine I'd ask for Ataika's help because he has the strength for everything there. But I'm just like digging a trench to put the piece of the hull that I'd whipped off and try to line it up. And I'm just like using like my hand and like the L shape, or like using my multi-tool and like measuring tools. I'm trying my best to aim it towards a structure that would pin the train. Like, my goal is to pin the train on one or both sides, because if we can do that, it limits the mobility of anybody leaving it. So that's kind of my goal.
So if you look at the picture I have, so essentially, if a train's going along this section, you want to try deviating it into one of these crags here. So walls are on either side of it. That's the kind of deal that you want to do.
Sides. Yeah, because if we can do that, then we can funnel anybody who would respond. We can funnel them out into a very specific place.
Fair enough. Right then, give me an engineering roll. Let's see how well you set this up.
Since we've got time, can he take a 20?
No, I'd say that this is a little more complicated than, you know, setting up a simple like thing. This is a totally brand new thing, so he doesn't know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of like an improvised thing.
It's gonna take the whole time. You can't like try like 10 times to lay this track. It's gonna take the whole time.
Is this something? How does the reroll work with the Thiveron game?
Well,
do I know? Like, do I see the number before I decide to reroll, or do I have to decide?
Yeah, you see the number, but you don't get the results. Like you get to see that it's a 10, but you don't get to like see if it works or not.
What I mean is, if I roll, do I decide now if I'm rolling twice, or do I roll?
No, you can do it after.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I think I have a reasonable chance of pulling it off.
I mean, you are an engineer. Yeah, maybe you should reroll that one.
Yeah, I will reroll it.
Yeah.
I roll a 3.
Can I aid him? Because I have engineering as well.
Roll for engineering and see if it's possible to aid him.
Fuck.
It is a DC 10 to aid.
Yeah. So don't worry, you did make it.
Okay. I thought I don't know.
So,
I thought,
by the way,
how good I roll.
Wow.
No, wait. How does the system work? Can multiple people aid him, or can only one person aid him?
Multiple people who make the skill check can. For instance, you have to have the actual skill.
Yeah. I just did it because I have engineering.
So that's 17.
Because I actually have engineering as well. That's why I'm wondering. Should I roll as well?
Oh, then roll for it.
Since you didn't know, I'm gonna say just this once retroactively, I will allow you to roll and see if you can aid him, if you can add something on top of it. Since you didn't know how the system worked.
That makes sense.
I'll be kind.
Wow, okay, that was bad.
Wow, at least that's for DC.
It's a DC, yeah.
Oh, does it work? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a 6 in engineering. I don't know why.
Like
I'm just imagining, like, I warned you not to misuse a blowtorch, and you do it anyway.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you fuck it. But the thing is, the other two on the side basically reach over both at the same time. I think
like pointed away from his face.
Yeah, I think it blocks the flame, and Aiden like turns the blowtorch back towards the thing. It's like, there we go.
Like, as he turns on the torch, I reach out and block the jet of flame with my hand, and Aiden like pulls his head out of the way.
Yeah,
it's like, perfect.
There we go.
Thiveron just walks over to you, Kuzon, and he just make sure you can see him, and then he just shakes his head.
Shakes his head at me?
Yes, so you should have listened to my prediction.
I thought it'd be funny.
I thought it'd be funny if I killed myself with fire.
I mean, he's a desert survivor. I'm pretty sure he can take it.
I just wave my metal hand around. It's like, I've been through worse.
This is an extreme form of class clowning. I'm gonna burn my face off to make everyone laugh.
Just to spite you and your god.
Just imagine what kind of stories he can tell after that to the ladies and impress them.
I'm gonna give myself a new red sweet eye.
I rolled a 3 2 times, unfortunately, but I appreciate the help.
That is +4 as well, though. So you start working throughout the 4 days. Is anybody else gonna do anything else apart from those that are currently aiding him?
Nothing around us but empty desert, really. But I guess like look around for like
for the last day. I'm going to for the last day I'm gonna roll see futures again, but I'm gonna do it for Aiden, just in case he really needs to make a shot and he misses.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
So in other words, you take your time to focus.
Actually, I'm also mystically inclined. I'm also gonna roll to perceive futures. I'm gonna do it for Ataika.
You see through your power of the sun.
By the way, how are you guys on food? Because Aiden
The
is
sun
always
is blinding.
That was a 3 I rolled.
What do you say, Aiden?
I asked, since we'll be staying here for a while, how is everybody on food? Because Aiden as a merc is always prepared for that kind of shit. I can share some food if you guys got nothing.
That is a good point. It may take you an
of,
hour here, but Aiden's been supplying you with food.
We've slept like 4 days. Am I still fatigued?
No,
don't worry. That's why I focused.
A single day.
That's why I focused all my effort on scrounging supplies, so we have shelter and we're fed. But now I can't do that. I'm busy with other things. So you're gonna have to provide food. If you don't, Aiden can give you some.
True.
Kuzon's gonna tell you to save the water for those that need it more, because he's pretty well adapted. He's not gonna need it.
Yeah, hate to break it to you, but I need neither.
Prava owns a comm unit and his armor, and those are literally all of his worldly possessions. So yeah, food would be nice.
You're starting to get hungry. All you hear is like little growls from Prava as he's trying to focus on seeing the future, same as Thiveron, but you can see he's like growl.
Right. I'm gonna break off one of my field rations, which is basically food for 7 days, and I'm gonna split it among everybody so everybody can have a meal. It's not exactly tasty, but it's gonna get the job done. Field conditions, deal with it.
It's equivalent to what Prava's used to eating.
Also, just to point out, you do not have to split it amongst everybody.
True.
He just passes a bit off towards a robot. It's like, here you go. He just looks.
My guy does. I don't even have a mouth.
I'm gonna.
Technically, you can eat though.
I can, but I'd have to take off my faceplate.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna say that Aiden's like, well, no point letting good food go to waste, and I noticed Kuzon stuffing some cash in one of his compartments, so I'm just gonna chuck the food in there.
I just like imagine that you're because if you're like metal plating, there's just a point in the breastplate that I just pop off and stuff things into. So I'm just like hoarding.
That thing doesn't spoil for like probably a million fucking years, so there's always emergency rations in there.
It has to be canon, but at some point I save someone's life by finding them my sweet, sweet shoulder cabbage.
And I think because now everybody can actually see Thiveron doing this fortune-telling thing. What he does is he makes this mound in the sand and puts his religious symbol there, and he just begins talking to himself like he's telling a story. And eventually the character names become like your guys' names, and it's all stories about how this train heist goes. And in one of them, Aiden misreads a wind signal. It changes drastically, very suddenly, and he misses a shot. And at that point, he just kind of like breaks off as if he just came out of a trance, and he runs over to Aiden, and he's like, Aiden.
Yeah?
You may miss a shot.
I never miss a shot.
The wind may change, and you might not have accounted for it. Just
if the first shot Aiden takes is a miss, that will be the funniest shit.
I put the arm on Thiveron's shoulder and smile. Relax, man. I'm the best. I never miss.
I trust you. And then he goes to start eating.
When Prava does his see future thing, he just kind of stares into his star for a couple of minutes and starts to silently cry.
Why won't you talk to me?
I just want to be your emotional support. Talk to me.
What else? Anyone else have actions to take? I guess one person setting up sniping, 2 people are working, 2 people are seeing the future with varying degrees of success. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think you're all doing things for
by the way,
since I just literally gonna be trained.
Since I just talked with Thiveron, Aiden's gonna ask. By the way, at some point you gotta tell me about that seeing the future thing, because that's kind of creepy.
It just comes to me. Talibet. She tells me stories.
I mean, whenever I eat beans, gas naturally comes to me, but it's a natural thing. Yours is kind of, you know, out there.
I just ask her to tell me a story, and she tells me the story.
Is that how you learned about canyon jumping?
About what?
Canyon jumping, you know? You know, the stunts
Cornholio,
and all that stuff. Cornholio and all that.
No, yeah, Cornholio and his teepee for his bunghole. No, I actually met Formolio on Vesk 3. He's a schizophrenic.
He's a schizophrenic? What?
You know what? When this job is over, we should go grab a drink in some tavern and get hammered. You should tell me more about your race. You guys, your race seems like cool dudes.
I am not a skittermander. My home world is cold and harsh.
Yeah, I ain't that bitch.
The sun is dying.
Yeah, I heard about it. Pretty shitty. Oh well.
So I have tiny little bit of bad news, a little pinch of bad news. That I did my aided engineering role with Kuzon, but I didn't get to do my downtime shit while we're on the way.
Well, actually, if you're aiding Kuzon with engineering, I've already said that if you're helping him with engineering, you're basically helping him out throughout the entire day.
Oh,
yeah, so
okay,
we can't
never
do
mind.
shit.
No bad news. We're good. I was gonna use that engineering. I was gonna be fiddling with Aiden's gun. Just kind of like tinkering with it, and if I was gonna rule it, then like if I got a 1, negligent discharge in the car.
I'll have you know that Aiden has never had a negligent discharge or a dishonorable discharge in his life.
Well,
Oh god.
well, that was one of the futures that Thiveron saw, but it didn't happen.
I'll have you know that I'd prefer if you stay out of my sexual life with your fucking voodoo mystic ass shit.
Right then. So, the next day comes, and you're all waiting in the dunes. You have the jammer ready to be placed on the tracks, and you're staring down the tracks, waiting.
I'm going to find like a just like in the crags. Like I'm just gonna find a gap that I can kind of like slink into to try to get myself in a ready position, not far from where I expect the. I hope the train will go.
Do I see any like little bits of metal, any scraps around here stuck in the sand in the dunes? Any rocks and scraps that I can use for anything?
There's a few around, like there's a few down starships, like a couple like a mile away, but there's bits and pieces of how it landed around.
I'm gonna collect like not a full armload, but a little load of it, and see if I can. I guess I'd use engineering for this. So see if I can fashion a little sniper's rest guard for like something that that Aiden can kind of like hide behind and rest on.
Alright, so yeah, use engineering, see if you can just slap it together.
I get a 1 that'll suck.
Alright, so you're basically just slapping bits of metal together. You're able to slot them in and basically set up where you can rest your gun on it.
And I kind of like, I wiggle it around in Aiden's face, like just to show it to him. And then I slide it into one of my back plates, just like this is for you when you're setting up. Let me know.
Aiden's gonna quickly take a look around the area. He spends a few minutes just scouring the area, looking for the perfect sniper position, and then finally he points it out. There, I think that'll do. Get into the car. I'll drive you up there.
And Ataika just crawls into the car.
How big are you?
I'm like 7.5 feet tall. And
Jesus fuck, you're a big boy.
Robot.
Why are you such a big boy?
My feet were in the front seat. I was in the back.
He's a huge boy.
Anyway, I'm gonna drive. On our way up to the sniper point, I'm gonna contact everybody on the radio. Alright, fellas, it's now or never. Remember, if they shoot at you, don't get shot.
Don't get shot.
Sound enough advice? Do you have any like practical advice on how to? Never been in a gunfight before.
Yeah, if you've never been in a gunfight,
you duck.
don't be in a gunfight.
General advice: do not get shot from Aiden. By the way, at this point, when you're getting in position, you do see some vehicles off in the distance, also coming towards your location.
Not the train, vehicles.
Yeah, vehicles.
I'm a perception, see if they're scrappers, maybe. Their vehicle.
Can I perception as well, because this seems important?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
Oh, and that's my first crit fail.
Wow. Why do I roll so bad every time? I think I've had a single good roll yet.
I mean, I imagine that
out of the way before combat. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's okay, we're getting the bad rolls out of the way.
I think my blind sense only extends like 30 or 60 feet.
Everybody's like, quickly, Doggo, save us with a good perception roll, and Doggo just stands there wagging his tail.
Right,
I don't hear, I don't smell anything. Why are you all freaking out?
Okay, I'm just gonna say, like, as Aiden's like trying to look like his hands over his brow to block the sun, he's looking over and he's like, oh, I just can't see anything. And all you see is the sniper rifle on his back and the scope like gleaming, like shing.
But what does our boy Kuzon see?
I got big ol' eyes.
Kuzon is used to the desert heat, and you're looking over and it's like, ah, yes, that's the scrappers. Due to hodgepodge nature, you can definitely see like they bring like gear, like scrapping gear and stuff in trailers.
Kuzon just kind of like over the communications. It's like, it looks like the rumors paid off, and he's like looking at the clock. Should be right on schedule.
Let's hope they don't decide to leave before the prey comes.
Right then.
Right.
Second.
Once I'm up there, I'm gonna wait for Ataika to start mounting the sniper rest.
Yeah, and Ataika will kind of slam it down, dig it in, and use the dull side of his hand axe to just hammer it into place.
That'll do, this will work perfect. Good job on assembling this thing on such short notice.
Reconnaissance and preparation are my strong suit.
Now if only you had a minigun and a rocket launcher.
Ataika just looks disappointed, but
Ataika fondly remembers.
As he looks disappointed, I'm gonna try to slap him on the shoulder, trying not to hurt myself. There, big guy. One day.
Hopefully.
Anyway, are you gonna be okay making your way down there on your own, so I can finish setting up here?
Sorry, I got distracted because you know that big metal dude with the little wiener picture that I sent in memes? I accidentally just put it as my fucking desktop. Shit. I saved it in there. I put it in the wrong folder. I fucked up, and now it's my desktop.
That's the best.
I feel like that's karma, dude. That's karma.
Oh, God damn it.
Right then. One moment. Just trying to get this sorted.
Aiden is casually whistling to himself as he starts assembling his sniper rifle and checks his parts one last time before he nestles in and starts preparing his aim. And as he's getting ready to snipe, he actually removes his glasses and puts them neatly in his pocket.
Is this the first time we've ever seen him take his glasses off? Like...
Yep. From what you can tell, he's blind as a bat without them. He never takes them off.
He believes in the heart of the rifle.
Yugi, you can't snipe me, Yugi. You don't get free blue eyes.
Right then, let's play this. Where did I put that? There we go. Sorry for the delay. I have got everything in order.
Just imagining some guy like carving into the bullet casing the left arm of the forbidden.
The 5 bullets of Exodia.
He's a sword-swinging samurai from the Far East.
Oh man, that's some Brooklyn rage right there.
I swear, Sam's practiced that. Sam used to be my roommate. I swear he practiced that line like hundreds of times in my presence.
All day, just
You can't beat me, Yug.
As you're waiting for the train, you can see dust kicking off in the far distance. Plasma of Azure Blue firing across the sands and taking out raiders along the side of the train. You can see the armored carapace of the train itself cut through the dust and heading straight towards your location.
Wait, so there's already raiders attacking this train before us?
Fuck yeah.
There were, but it looks like they're not doing that well.
It's okay, I thrive in chaos. We can do this.
Prava's starting to look real skittish. Like, I didn't know there was gonna be this much heat right off the bat.
I'm assuming that Ataika is still next to me because we were just setting up and Aiden's gonna say, not over the comms so the others can hear, but only to him. Big guy, you might wanna make your way down there before some of our party members lose their cool.
And then you just hear, ha! And then I jump on my shield and I surf down the hill.
Holy shit!
No, he just starts bounding down the hill. It's unsettling how fast something that large can move.
The vehicle is getting closer with each moment. You can see the scrappers from before all starting to set up their own gear. You have a few moments to activate your trap.
Can I just point out that this guy looks like an absolute unit. I don't know why, but I love this guy.
He's riding one of the native giant lizards of the planet as he's firing rockets towards the armored hull just as it bounces off. Just
Little do you know, you've activated Kuzon's trap card.
I want to imagine it's kind of like the way Kuzon got this to work. He just like improvised it, like people improvise bombs in real life, where he opens up his communicator and dials the number, and he's just like he just like speaks into it, and he's just like time to ride.
Yeah, you crafted a megaphone using only a squirrel and some sticks and a megaphone.
What about duct tape? You gotta have duct tape.
I don't know why that guy's using the largest hypodermic needle I've ever seen in my life, though.
It's a homopathy rocket launcher, God.
I'll activate my trap card.
Right, now it's time to see if it will work. Let me check my notes to see what you've done. Nice. So essentially, as the train's going along, it's plasma cannons on top focusing on the bandits outside. Suddenly you can see this spark just where the rail is, and then what sounds like a almost wave. You can see bits of dust kick off as the train reaches the jammer point and suddenly veers off towards the new track. The front of the train bashes against the ground before its gravity kicks up and it carries it towards the crag. As it reaches, it tips up a little and grinds its armor with a sickening metallic creak as it jams into the crag. The other train parts flying off, the spare cargo cars just crashing into the nearby sand, spilling what seems to be ancient old rocks and different detritus across the ground.
Looks like a success, Kuzon. Let's get moving.
Yeah, I want to where is Ataika like bounding? Like, can I literally like, just from my position just like lift up my hand and just like
if you were to look back and left, you just see this massive metal shape smashing through the dunes, and he's you get the sense, and if you were to calm him, he would tell you he's not stopping until he hits the inside of that train. He's going to charge through what looks like a door, armored or not. He's hitting it. Shield up. So you might want to hop on.
Yeah. Mechanically, I guess we'll just be running in the same space, but picture it just like I just like lift up one hand and he just kind of like pulls me out of the hole in the ground I was hiding in.
By the way, I don't know why, but for some reason I imagine as Kuzon is popping out of his hole, he's illuminated by the flames and the explosions, and he just laughs maniacally as the explosion glistens off of his goggles. Like a mad scientist.
I like that.
Right then, how are you guys entering the train?
Before we answer
Ataika
that,
said he was just picking a door?
I'm blowing through that door.
wait, hold on. Before we answer that, in what shape is the train?
Yeah.
The train is currently jammed into a crag, slightly tilted to the side, and basically all the other cars that aren't the two armored cars got flung off into different directions.
What about the turrets? What condition are they in?
They do seem to be working, but they can't seem to aim directly behind, and they can't seem to aim to its sides anymore.
I'm gonna relay that information to the others so they're aware that the turret's mobility has been impeded and they can take advantage of it.
Yeah, you
However,
said it was tilted, so...
Yeah, it's slightly tilted, like barely a foot. But meanwhile, the bandits have their own issues, since apparently after being blasted to high heaven by the plasma, the scrappers seem to have taken their chance to also attack them.
So the scrappers and the bandits are out back fighting. The train's completely ignored by all factions but us.
One second.
Well, essentially, you got them involved.
Well, I mean, this may work to our advantage, though.
Yep.
From the perspective of anybody in the train, they'll be like, "Oh, like this is like just a particularly crafty set of bandits / scrappers."
Chaos works in our favor, man.
Yeah, Thiveron's gonna say, like, as he starts hearing like the scrappers and the raiders go at it, now's our chance we need to get in and get out as quickly as
Prava's
possible.
gonna approach the train from the low side, the side that's tilted down.
Yep.
Actually,
You can't get in the sides, you've jammed it. So basically, the only entrance door you can see is the back door.
The back? Okay. Yeah, so Prava's gonna slink around the low side, approaching the back then. And you see his star kind of like moves towards his hands and fades and crystallizes, and it hardens over his 3 fingertips, and he kind of points forward as if he was pointing a gun.
Nice. I actually completely forgot you were Solarian, and I've been wondering what you meant by star this whole time. I thought you were just like making a black hole joke.
He's just a meme character, he doesn't actually fight, he's just there for the fun of it.
Just pointing his butthole at people. I guess that's perfect. Like, you're taking one side, we're taking the other. They'll be I imagine, a bit distracted by me. So
The thing is, the door is armored, so you're either going to need
is going to follow the biggest and hardiest of us. But he just kind of like stands up and he flourishes his spear.
Yeah, I mean, I guess our plan would be, like as we're running the Ataika, we'll just go like, hit it as hard as you can, and if you're not able to get through, I'll finish it off. And I'm just like, I just holding one of my 2 frag grenades in my hand.
Oh,
don't you have a drill specifically for starship holes? Wouldn't that be?
I can only. It takes an action, and I can make a hole like 6 inches. So like, not enough to get us through. Like what I'm thinking is he would dent the door, and then I could use the drill and the grenade to like find a space just to force the frag grenade in and blast the door off its hinges.
All right. So why are you doing that? What are you doing, Thiveron? Again?
Thiveron is following. Probably whoever's the biggest and hardiest among us on a first glance. That's the way he's going in. Yeah, and he flourishes his spear just to kind of like hype himself up, but like he's never been in a fight that he instigated, so he's really kind of doubting himself as he goes in here.
Okay then. And Aiden, you going with them or?
No, I'm basically the eye in the sky. I'm waiting to see some enemies, and I'm holding my sniper shot.
Okay, 1 second.
And I'm basically,
the crest of a hilltop
if because they're gonna be busy with the train and the inside, they're not gonna know what's happening with the other scrappers and the other mooks outside. So if something happens, I'll make sure to relay information to them. And once it's time to get out of there, I'm basically gonna be the getaway driver. I'm gonna drive by and quickly collect them.
Alright, so essentially you're about to see on the map that I spent a few days on. I hope you enjoy.
It is poopy. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, no.
I'm just
Blood Bowl.
dude.
I'm just kidding. This is dope.
So as we're charging in, and I have Kuzon with me. Okay, just make sure I can control that. I put up the shield, and I comms to Kuzon to tell him to start firing at the door before I hit it. And I comms to Aiden to see if he can put a shot in the center.
I don't have control of my token. I can't.
Huh? Really?
Oh,
This should be
I have control over mine.
weird. Huh.
Okay, now I do. Whatever you just did worked.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and I'll quickly change this. So yeah, if you want to do that, please take all your actions. It takes an engineering to plant a C4 grenade as a charge.
We're only gonna plant the C4 thing after I impact.
Yeah,
And
so
we might not even plant it at all if I can blast through it, so that's why I'm calming with Aiden.
Alright, hang on. Aiden, use your attack action, and also I think I'll use your athletics.
Oh, am I aiding him with the sniper shot to take the door down?
If you want to, if you don't want to, that's fine.
Oh no,
but
no, I'll
that's
help
what
you if you
attack
want me
is
to
for.
help you, but that's fine. I'll help you.
Okay, sweet. Give me a second. I don't know why that closed. Athletics, you said?
Yes.
Oh, also Ash. I don't know if you know this, but in Roll
minimal
20,
damage.
you can actually manually set our HP, stamina, whatever you want to reflect our character sheet. But,
Yeah, I tried to automatically do it, but I've already set it to represents character, but it doesn't exactly.
Oh, like if you double click on me, for example, where it says like the 3 bars, you can set it to reflect a part of my character sheet, and then you set it to represent my character, and then it'll continue to.
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff. That would.
Yeah, you scroll through it until you see HP, and then stamina's SP, and then resolves RP.
Okay, 1 second.
Like you don't have to do it now. I'm just.
Yeah. I'll make
can
sure
set
to
it
do that for
manually
next
for now.
time. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll make
after
sure
the
to do that next
shot, I'm gonna use my move action to basically reload my sniper, as the heavy 50 cal casing snaps out of the loader.
Alright, so the impact dented it a little, and the bullet basically made a decent sized hole, but it didn't open the door. Thankfully, with that engineering check, you're able to set the charge, and basically you step to the side, allow the charge to go off, and the door basically blows open from the back. Now, could you set up your characters or how you're entering, like in line?
Since I'm so
behind
big,
Ataika.
yeah.
Prava is dead last.
Since I'm so big, I'll enter first with shield up and just kind of go forward and left to get out of the way of the door, so people can kind of like get in.
Okay, so move your characters as you want.
Yep.
I'm just going to assume that Kuzon is on the Ataika's square.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have
Now-
my crossbow loaded and everything. I'll pull it.
Now, you've busted in, acted all cool, but I have to ask you a serious question now. Given that it's half an hour before the game normally ends, do you want to go an extra hour and finish this section, or would you like to stop here and carry on next week?
Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
we got good
following
momentum here.
Alright, everybody's okay with carrying on for an extra hour? That's totally fine. Right, you can see quite a few people are dazed, but the explosion did warn them, so I'd like you to roll initiative.
Should I take out my token so it's easier to track me?
I've already taken off your token.
Ah, okay.
Finally, a
I'm just
good
gonna roll
roll.
then.
Where's the oh? There's the initiative.
Oh, 1 second.
Find it.
Yeah,
Let me...
it's confused me for a second too.
Give
Let
me
me-
1 second. Browser's
There you
giving
go.
me-
You're there, but I'll just stuff you in the corner over here. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was gonna do. I'm in the corner, guys. Oh.
1 second, boys. Someone just showed up. I just need to let them in. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's roll these.
The raiders must be raiding his place as counterattack to what we just did. I don't know. Wait, one of them died? Is that from the impact? Nice.
I made sure to roll for all of them. One of them did, in fact, die.
And this is why we should have used more explosives.
I mean, I don't think we had enough budget to like
Yeah, that's true.
get an explosion that could rocket off. Like this was probably the most budget solution we had for getting this train.
Yeah, to be fair,
off
we
the
were
rails.
expected to do a mission with literally no cash for preparation, so...
He gave you a ship. What else do you want?
No, I mean it's fair. Like it's fine. I guess just what I mean is like this was the cheapest way to get it off the rails.
Exactly.
Does
that
Ataika
a computer
count as
terminal up there?
hardcover?
Yes, that is a computer terminal.
And are these like side loading doors?
Yes, they're the doors that you normally bring in on the stuff. And yes, this is a giant ash truck. Well, rusted and beaten to hell, but otherwise the chassis is okay.
Interesting.
So does Ataika count as hardcover because he is, you know, a beefy boy?
Sadly, only counts as soft.
Your parents must be so disappointed in you.
Kuzon's very proud.
So yeah, I can do that. Yeah, while waiting for Sam, I'll quickly do this.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Is there enough space on this square for Prava to like squeeze between that wheel and that box?
Hmm?
Is there
There?
enough space here for Prava to stand?
I would say you would have to take the squeeze action, but you would be able to. Like,
But I can't like end my turn in there.
you could, but you would get quite big penalties from firing from there.
I'm trying to find a place where I can get cover and also get a clear line of shot, and that doesn't really seem to exist within my movement range.
What do you mean here?
Yeah, okay.
You can come up here.
Now Aiden's in that square. But yeah, this works. Okay.
No one's in that square. What are you talking about?
Oh, why is this token there?
It is, and it's way up here.
I see a token right here for him.
I think you may need to reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may have gotten desynced. I've
Yeah.
had that happen to me
As much as I
yesterday.
would love to be able to teleport 500 feet away, I can't do that. Not yet.
Okay, give me a sec to reload. 10, 9.
Right. Is Sam back?
I think he got
There we
murdered
go.
at the door.
Somebody met him at the door of the dagger. Did it get?
The old shank in a box trick.
See, what you don't understand
Real
is,
shank.
when you were rolling mysticism, you should have looked into his immediate future. What's gonna happen when he opens the door? That's always a risk, people. Never open your door
Yeah,
unless you know who's
yeah.
there.
At least you'll know if you open your door today.
Yeah, I just don't open my door. If someone comes knocking, I hide and pretend I'm not home.
Yep, that's the
And there
way.
you go. I had time to add everybody's health and stuff as well. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
So remember, it takes away from the blue bar first, then your red bar.
Nice. Why can't it be green? I like green.
What, you want your health to be green?
No, I want my stamina to be green. And health is red.
Okay, you can have stamina as green then. We'll sort it out later.
Can I'll fix it right now. Oh no!
Oh, for God's sakes! This is gonna be so confusing.
This is important.
This is important to me, Ash.
Did you set mine? Because mine are still.
Wait, that's
let me
works?
take my values off because it didn't change for me. Because I had set all mine manually.
Oh, there we go. That's 14. And
Hang on a minute.
0, 0. That's gonna fix it, right? Nope, that did not fix it at all. What the fuck just happened? That's not how it's done.
So, if my understanding is correct, and do tell me if I'm incorrect, but is only one side of this thing up against the cliff, right?
What?
Correct.
What?
And from where Aiden is, currently the doors are closed, and he can't get like a shot in correctly because the door is being closed.
Correct.
Okay, so maybe the first thing I should do is get to this computer terminal and try to open up the side door facing where Aiden is so we can get a clear shot in.
That would be interesting. I like that idea.
I think it makes sense. It would also be like a secondary escape route should we need it.
Sam is saying that he might actually have to leave and that DJ could play as Ataika for the time.
Oh,
Alright. Shall we continue, or because it's up to the players?
I'm fine with taking control of him if he wants me to. I don't know what all his features are, but like I can do shooty bang bang.
Alright. I feel like we're close enough to the end of the session anyway that if he has to go, we might as well just like stop and let him pick up next time.
Well,
I know you guys want to get into combat, but like I don't want Sam to miss our very first fight, especially when he's like the most combat-oriented character.
Yeah, I can go either way. I was excited for the fight, but I think you'd have to do some finagling too to allow him to see his character sheet.
Well, it's okay because his sheet doesn't contain any law-breaking stuff anyway.
No, I'm fine with either. So, but
well, if people want to continue, then we can. So we're gonna carry on then.
Ash, this is something for that we're gonna have to look into later, but on my character sheet, for some reason, my stamina is looking weird, and I don't know why. So you're gonna have to help me figure that shit out later.
What, where it's 0?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's supposed to be 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be modified by something, so obviously something's gone wrong. Anyway. So yeah, I vote we carry on, and Alex doesn't. Sadly, we can't just pick for a character.
Yeah, I'd be fine with carrying on. I mean, it seems like he's fine with me taking control of his character. Like, I'll do it.
Okay then. The turn order goes as thus: Prava, kick some butt.
I just can you give me edit or like access to his character sheet, and I'll just like.
Alright, so you see Prava glow with the light of the sun as he enters Photon Attunement. And he dashes here into cover.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
He kind of like leans around the corner, shakily aiming his hand. This is the first time he's ever taken a shot at another living being. He's gonna take a shot of cold damage at this boy right here.
And that targets his energy armor?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Open
Unless it says slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing, it's EAC.
I've never seen so many ones.
Something is definitely wrong with that.
Wow.
Wait, how do you have a -1?
What?
How did you get 2 attacks?
I don't know.
You don't have. When you do that, it gives you the option for regular or full attack. The full attack is a full round action that gives you 2 shots at a -1.
Well, none of my shots hit anyway, so it does not matter.
Well, the first attack, if it wasn't a full attack, well, that's a natural 1. So I don't know how you guys play critical fumbles.
Well, essentially, detected narratively, is how it fumbles. Like, I roll on the table, you could lose your weapon and stuff like that. But for now, I'm going to say that basically you alerting the enemies to your presence and you're just peppering the, like, full of cold damage for walls.
Here's how
also,
RP this.
I'll just mention, I have the actual Starfinder Critical Fumble deck as a hard copy sitting around here somewhere, if you want me to just read them out.
Well, I wish I had like a digital one where I could roll on it, but sadly I don't have it.
Okay. I was just saying, like, if you wanted me to, I could draw one and then read them out. But it's a...
You know what, for fun, let's see what you draw.
Okay, let me go grab it.
So Prava like raises his hand to take a shot, wrist shaking, and he decides at the last second that he can't do it. He can't take the shot against an enemy that's unaware, and at the last second he moves his hand away and misses.
Just
He did not have the resolve to shoot a man from behind.
so, oh no! And the guys just turn. One of the guys turns around. The other two seem very groggy as your shots go by. They're like, ah, damn it! Goddamn bandits! And they cock their weapons.
Alright, boys, here's the Critical Fumble deck, and that was a energy attack. Oh wow, sorry. Reroll the attack against the closest ally in a line for me to target if...
There's no allies.
Yeah, there's no allies. So in other words, it just does what I say it did before. It just peppers the back wall. Because there's no way he would aim backwards.
And what this looks like is that his like 3 fingers come together and like a beam of cold energy just zaps out, just dints the wall.
Zaprezu.
Mm-hmm. Right, Thiveron.
Alright, so Thiveron, he wants to come up here, try to take some cover, but he's going to cast a cantrip called Telekinetic Projectile. Bring my sheet back up. So essentially, I psychically grab a piece of detritus off the ground and shoot it at somebody for a ranged attack that deals a d6 of damage.
Ooh. I would allow that to be made. Basically, you're picking up like a spanner that was next to you and you just whoosh, tossing it towards like, this guy or something.
Essentially. I'm just making sure, reading over the... this is my first time playing a magic character in Starfinder, so I want to make sure I get the spell right. Telekinetic Projectile. Oh yeah, I guess I can just click.
Attack 17.
Okay, and that was... I'm just attacking this dude here for a 17, and if it hits, it's 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, hang on. Is he even in range of the attack?
Oh yeah, that's a good... It's a 30-inch range right now.
Foot, I hope. 30-inch range would be like...
Oh no, they're out of range. It's a -2 modifier for each range increment you're out for a ranged attack.
So 1 second. Which one are you attacking? Because with your attack, I've got to assume that going over cover isn't really an issue. Like basically
well, the way it's written, it doesn't say that I ignore any obstacles, so I was expecting a mischance here from cover. But I was going to attack this guy because I felt like he would be the most clear, the only one that could act. Well, I guess. Hold on. Yeah, I have hearing, blind sight in range of everybody. Yeah, in range of everybody. So I know where everybody's located in the room. I know exactly where they're at, as if I could see them.
Attacking this one at -2.
Yeah, it's 60 feet, so I would be -2 because I'm not outside of 2 range increments.
Yeah. Okay. So essentially -2 on the thing, and
yep.
Which armor does it attack?
That's a KAC because it's bludgeoning damage.
KC, let's let me check. Oh, nice. Since you're aiming towards this dude, yes, it does hit. How much damage does it do?
2. And I had set it up to roll that out too at the same.
So essentially, as you fire, you just see the spanner fly across the room and hit the guy in the head. He's already stunned from the attack from before.
And Thiveron is like, his adrenaline is really pumping. Like I said, he's never been in a fight that he himself instigated. So he's really nervous.
Is that what you wish to do?
Oh yeah, that's my whole.
All right, cool. Just wondered if you move anything, and
I just imagine like his hands are shivering now that he's sent that spanner flying at some guy's head, and he's just kind of like shaking as he's taking cover behind this truck bulldozer thing.
I like how everybody is dealing with their own issues. By the end of this, we'll all be just hardened veterans. Every last one.
Oh yeah.
Just, oh god, we're so new. What the hell am I doing here? So Aiden, do you want to do anything? Or?
Do I have a visual on any of the enemies inside, or can I not see anything inside the train?
You cannot see anything. There's
Okay.
no door. There's no doors open or anything.
I am planning on opening the side door to give you an angle into this place.
Well, I was gonna say that since I don't have a shot, he would instinctively just, delay his action until he can do something. So even if Kuzon says nothing, he's just delaying. And the way it
In
works
other
in
words,
this
you
system,
aim at the train until
Yeah.
you shot. That's what delay. Okay.
yeah, I
Well,
delay.
rules-wise,
and
a
the way it
delay
works-
is.
The way it works in this system is if I delay an action, I basically go down in the turn order. So put me
Yeah.
after Kuzon.
Well, you come out of the turn order, and then in between somebody's turn, you can enter the turn order where you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that it's probably going to be after Kuzon, but
Yeah.
yeah, you come out of the turn order. But I'll place you here since probably where it's going to go, unless he doesn't do it, and then you're just taking him out.
Yeah.
Is that all you wish to do?
Yep, that's me. I'm just preparing a
Alright.
shot.
Now these guys' turn. And this guy cannot move that far. Who can this guy fire at? Oh, look at that. Let's roll. What's your energy armor? Prava?
Oh, my energy armor is 14.
14. Oh, fuck. No. Pardon my language. But yeah, essentially, as he aims this rifle towards you, you see a build-up of blue energy, and he fires it. And as it flies towards you, it barely misses you and splashes against the back wall.
Hell yeah.
Prava starts to hyperventilate. Like, holy shit!
You see him going down and pumping the lever on the side of the plasma gun. Just he seems to do not have the same sort of restrictions or hesitation as you do. Kuzon.
So since I have a climbing speed, could I just like vault over this box and use my full movement to get here?
Is your climbing speed the same as your movement speed?
It's 15, so I guess I wouldn't be able to make it all the way then. Or I could go
Around.
Yeah, I guess I could go around it.
I would say this isn't a hard corner if you just go like that.
Yeah. I'm going to run to the computer terminal and I am going to attempt to hack it in order to open up the side bay door. I don't know if it's even like that security locked, but we'll find out.
Roll computers. I actually do have notes for this. 1 second.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
Okay, you actually do discover something else as well. This computer not only is capable of opening the doors, but also is in control of these machines on the wall. Like, all along these walls. These are loader bots.
Time to load up on some
Given
dev.
how high your computers is, I'm going to say you're able to do both actions.
I am going to open these doors. I assume these are the doors, right? That he has an angle on. The ones
Yes,
on the bottom?
there's these doors here.
Oh, the top ones. Okay, I'll open up the top doors, and then I am just going to command these loader bots to start just like moving forward. I'm gonna try to basically like I want to knock this guy over if I can, but I'm gonna just command them to move forward and just keep going forward to like force them out of that space. If that makes any sense.
1 second, I've put my DM layer. That's weird. Why can't I select more of them? Ah, there we go. There we go.
I play
Machines
Change
active.
of Heart.
I play Change of Heart though. And I'm gonna indicate this with a green line. This is now open. And there we go. That's what you have done, Kuzon. Congratulations. You can see the robot behind you suddenly start up, disconnected from wall. Commencing loading.
Okay, I guess I'll just basically command them to start loading these people.
That's fair enough. Basically, you designate them as merchandise to load.
Yeah. I think that uses up my full action, so I'm a little bit exposed, but that's okay.
Okay then, let's have a...
I guess we'll go
a few
Aiden and then
items.
Ataika.
Yeah, Aiden turn.
Quick question, because I took the aim action. What's it do? I was trying to read up on the action, but I couldn't actually find it.
I thought you delayed your action.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't aim. Well, I'm gonna... No, wait, I'm gonna use it to immediately reload. Never mind. I'm not gonna aim. Okay, no aiming then. Right, so I can see through this door, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming I can see this guy.
Yes, you can. You're assumed to be able to... Basically, you're assumed to be here, so... Like, you can fire down into it.
Okay. Boom!
So you're firing at this guy.
Yep.
Open fire then.
Whoa! 14! So as soon as the door starts going down, all you see is the thunder in the distance. And I'm gonna assume that this guy's head bursts open like a watermelon.
Actually, do you have a sound effect for this that I saved from last game?
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, make it louder! Oh.
I remember that sound.
That was a fantastic shot. You can just see the round flying from nowhere as it slams at this guy's shoulder, and he is almost taken completely off his feet,
Oh shit, that didn't
and
kill
blood
him.
splatters out behind him. You can see him like dropping to his knees, like.
I wanna take the combat banter action, but I'm not using it on the enemy, I'm using it...
Oh no, hang on, wait a minute. He's one of the injured ones.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, no.
Yeah, like I said, I splattered his
Shot him.
head like a watermelon. And then I use combat banter on Thiveron and say, like I said, I never miss. And all you see all you hear over the comms is as a massive bullet is flung out of the loader, and I load another 50 cal bullet. And that's my turn.
Thiveron is pretty impressed and feeling a little more confident.
Right, gotta keep track of my ammo, which is annoying.
So
Right.
I'll have to, and I can take care of this. I'll talk to Sam and work with him. But I don't know what this guy can do. He doesn't have any guns. He has an axe, but he has like none of his feats or anything filled out. So I have no idea what he's actually capable of. I know he can swing his axe, so I'll tell him to do that.
Yeah, so basically he's got to go over. So I think you could. Oh, can you control his token?
Yeah, I can control his token.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out. So I guess if he. So is there
Depends
like
on
a
if you wanna
dash
run.
action where he?
You can
You can,
basically double move.
Okay.
Like, and then
You can use a full action to
Here.
move twice.
And
Yeah.
then I'll move him 40 behind this box, and just like have him hunker down behind this crate to like face these guys.
all they see is after one of their friends just got head blown off this big machine. Oh shit.
Yeah, I imagine he would do that because like I'm standing right here and I'm trying to be somewhat subtle, and he's just here being like, "Look at me, I'm much more threatening looking individual."
Right, and that's the end of his turn, is it?
Yeah, that's all I think he can do for now.
Right, here comes these guys. 15. This guy comes here. Is he far enough in? Yes, he is. He's rushing up to Prava. Meanwhile, this one is going to attempt to rush towards the little lizard, but as he tries... As he tries, these two automatically grapple him. I've added on their other things outside of combat, but I just wanted to see how their rolls went.
Fairly well.
Kuzon has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face right now.
This guy's just captured by these two things. You're like, ah, what are you doing? You can see him like with his machete out, trying to hit the machines behind him.
Resistance is futile. You have been classified as company waste.
I just want to imagine that like Kuzon has his back is like still using the computer, and it's like, I'm gonna control alt fuck you up.
Oh my god. These things got really great rolls so far. Sadly he didn't grab that guy, he's got too high. But this one is in its way. Basically he comes towards the wrong side of Prava and is like trying to block the guy. It's like, please return to your stationary cargo. And
the funny thing is, I think it would scare the shit. I don't think you necessarily know what's going on. Just that all of a sudden this robot started moving from behind you, and then it's in this guy's way.
Would it be possible for me to like try and like convince these guys to surrender at this point with a bluff? Like, we got a couple of them grabbed. We got this guy in front of me. We're taking control of their machines. Maybe we can convince them to like.
You could attempt. You don't know if it'll work though.
Better not waste my turn on it. I'm just gonna take a full attack action. I enter my.
To like go for it. Like, yeah, don't worry about it.
They're like, look at them. They're all fucking basically grappled, and one of them just got his head splattered by a sniper.
Well, what kind of action is it to like try and bluff in the middle of? Is it like a full
action?
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna convince them to surrender, I think that's more of a diplomacy role.
Or intimidation?
Well, it depends on how you're doing it. If you're attempting to basically say, we've got an army outside ready to take you down, or if you're trying to convince them, then you would lose diplomacy.
Okay. It doesn't have to end with more bloodshed. We've got a couple of you grabbed. We're just here for the cargo. Stand down.